Dear students, in this video, I will give you a brief idea about the basic microprocessor architecture and its evaluation. Okay, let's see what is microprocessor. So, a CPU built on a single integrated IC, then that is called as microprocessor. So, whenever a central processing unit is built on a single IC, then that particular IC is called as microprocessor. Okay, so what is microcomputer? A digital computer with one microprocessor act as CPU, then that particular digital computer is called as microcomputer. So microcomputer is nothing but a digital computer in which the CPU is act as a microprocessor. Then that particular computer is called as microcomputer. So you see, this is the basic block diagram of a microcomputer. So in that, the main unit is a microprocessor. Okay, in that microprocessor, we have three units. One is called as arithmetic and logical unit, then a control unit and register array. So these three units are present in the microprocessor. Then the other outside units are one is input device, then output device, and other is memory unit. So the main aim of microprocessor is microprocessor receiving data either from input device or from the memory unit, perform the required operation with the help of internal units present in the microprocessor. Then result will be sent back to either output device or again into the memory unit. Okay, so here the main aim of ALU is it will perform all arithmetic and logical operations. So arithmetic and logical unit perform all arithmetic and logical operations. So then the control unit will control, means within control unit we have three buses are there. Within control unit there are three buses. So naming as data bus, address bus and control bus. So with the help of these three buses, the control unit will control the data flow. So the role of data bus is it contains a set of data lines. Based on these data lines, you can easily transfer data from one place to another place. The aim of address bus is with the help of address bus, we can select the address. For example, we need to select 5000 H memory location. So with the help of address bus, we can select that particular address location. So the selection of address is done with the help of address bus, and the selection of data is done with the help of data bus and the control bus. So third bus is called as control bus. The control bus aim is to select the appropriate operation, means whether the microprocessor performing read operation or write operation, from where it will read data, from where it will send data, that information is controlled by control bus. So these three are the group of signals, and with the help of these signals, microprocessor will perform different operations. Okay, so these three we are calling as a system bus. So the combination of data bus, address bus, and control bus we are calling as a system bus. And memory unit, we have different types of memory units are there, like ROM memory, RAM memory. If it is a bidirectional, means definitely it is a RAM memory, also called as data memory. And input device may be like a keyboard, it will send data to processor. Output device may be like a printer or LED, it will receive data from the processor. And not only arithmetic and control unit, we have one more unit called as a register array. So where set of registers are present. Okay, so depending on the type of the microprocessor, registers may be like 8-bit registers or 16-bit registers. And registers can store data temporarily, and registers are used to transfer data within the microprocessor. Okay, so this is the basic block diagram of the any microcomputer system where the main unit is microprocessor, it act like a CPU. So coming to other one, the evaluation of microprocessor. So why we go for microprocessor? Okay, so from which generation onwards, microprocessor starts existing. So the starting generation we are calling as first generation. In that microprocessor is a 4-bit microprocessor. Okay, and it is invented in the year 1971. The serial number is 4004. Okay, it is invented by Intel company. So it's a 4-bit microprocessor, means here the ALU, registers, control unit, all are designed for 4-bit operation only. So then later, second generation starts, and it's a 8-bit microprocessor. It started in the year 1973. And the serial number for this 8-bit is 8008, later 8085 version and 8088. So all these three Intel microprocessors comes under 8-bit microprocessor family. It is a second generation. Okay, so up to first two generations, we don't have any pipelining mechanism. Start from third generation onwards, the manufacturer introduced a pipeline mechanism. So pipelining means where the fetching, decoding, and execution all are done simultaneously. It's not happened here. Okay, so generally for any processor, we have two major units, bus interfacing unit and execution unit. Generally, the bus interfacing unit is it will perform fetching of instructions. Execution unit will perform decoding and execution. So up to first two generations, we don't have pipelining mechanism. That's why BIU and EU, only one unit will perform at a time. Means whether BIU fetching instruction means execution and execution unit won't decode or execute. Okay, so like that only one unit will operate. So start from third generation onwards, because of pipelining mechanism, both the bus interfacing unit and execution unit both will work simultaneously. That's happened start from the third generation. Because of that, the execution time is reduced. So coming to third generation, it's a 16-bit microprocessor where all the units are designed for 16-bit operation. That is introduced in the year 1978 onwards. Here the processor number is 8086 microprocessor. So it's a third generation is 8086 microprocessor. Our microprocessor is 8086. Later extended versions were there like 80286 and other. Okay, so now our entire microprocessor is related to 8086 only. Our content related to this processor only. Okay, then next generation is the fourth generation. It's a 32-bit microprocessor. So Intel 80386 comes under this family. And then later fifth generation is a 64-bit microprocessor. Okay, so our dual core, octa core, quad core all comes under 64-bit microprocessor. They are under fifth generation. Like that, we have total 5 generations are there. So coming to just a comparison, let's see what is microprocessor, when it is invented, what is the word length, how much memory capacity is present, and how many pins are present, and what is the clock frequency. So this table shows all these things for every processor. So first is a 4004 microprocessor. It is invented in the year 1971, and it's a 4-bit microprocessor. So where all units are designed for a maximum of 4-bit operation only. Here the memory capacity is up to 1 kilobyte. So your microprocessor can access external memory of 1 kilobyte. 1 kilobyte means 2 power 10. So it contains 10 address lines. Power value indicates number of address lines. It contains 10 address lines. And it requires 16 pins. So this IC contains 16 pins, and the clock frequency is 750 kilohertz. So this is the clock frequency. With this particular frequency range only, microprocessor performs the operations. Then later 8085 microprocessor, it is invented in the year 1976, and it's a 8-bit microprocessor. Here it can handle external memory of 64 kilobytes. 64 means 2 power 16, nothing but 2 power 6 into 2 power 10. Okay, it contains 16 address lines. Power value indicates number of address lines. So 16 address lines are present in 8085 microprocessor, and it contains 40 pins and clock frequency in the range of 3 to 6 megahertz. Like that, generation to generation, the IC number is changing, processor IC number accordingly. The word length may change, and the extending memory handling capacity may change. Pins may change, and clock frequency improved. Whenever clock frequency increases means the operation time is decreased. Less time the processor performs the operation. Like that, 8086 is invented in the year 1978, and it's a 16-bit microprocessor, and it contains 40 pins, and here the memory handling capacity, external memory handling capacity is up to 1 megabyte, nothing but 2 power 20. Means 20 address lines are present here. It is also having 40 pins, and but that too they are multiplexed pins. Some pins are multiplexed pins. Means some set of pins are performing different operations, not like a single operation, more than one operation it will perform. And the frequency improved from 5 megahertz to 8 megahertz clock frequency. Then later 286, 386, 486, like Itanium, the 64-bit microprocessor where the memory where pins are almost 423 pins are there, and clock frequency is 733 megahertz. Okay, so these are the some of the important ICs, their word length, memory capacity, pins, and clock frequency. So why we go for microprocessor? What are the main features of microprocessor? Okay, so because of semiconductor technology, so all microprocessors are mainly contains transistors only, and that to integrated chip technology we introduced in that particular microprocessor. Because of that, many advantages are there. So one is low cost. So, okay, so due to integrated chip technology, the cost of the microprocessor is now year by year it is decreasing. Okay, so cost is low, high speed. So because of generation to generation, we are increasing the clock frequency. Accordingly, the speed of the microprocessor is improved, high speed, small size. So if you see the starting generation, the size of the processor is now like a huge one. Now generation to generation, the size of the processor is decreasing because of integrated chip technology. Okay, so size is small, versatile. So one processor performs many operations at a time. That's why it's a versatile device. Low power consumption because of because of transistors present in the process in the microprocessor, power consumption is less. And similarly, heat generation also less. Reliable. So the failure rate is very less, and failure rate is less. So mostly if you purchase a smartphone or even laptop, the processor failure rate is very less. And portable, we can easily carry processor from one place to other place. So because of all these features, microprocessors are so popular nowadays. Okay.